Hey guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic and welcome back to the channel. And today, if you guys, this is another Ninjago video. Now, if you haven't seen Ninjago the show and you actually care about the canon, don't watch this video if you haven't seen it, because I will be spoiling Ninjago seasons 1 to 15 from Ninjago Rise of the Snakes to Crystallized. So, obviously not the entire show, but you know what I'm saying. So, Crystallized ended, right? Season 15. And they were kind of touting this as, you know, the end game, or, you know, the rise of Skywalker of Ninjago, basically. You know, they were like, look, regarding Avengers Endgame, you know, Endgame was essentially the end of an era, but, you know, they're still making MCU movies. Obviously, I just reviewed Wakanda Forever, so they're still doing MCU stuff in the same canon. It's just like a passing of the torch kind of thing, but it's all in the same universe. It's all the same thing. Same thing with, you know, the Rise of Skywalker, right? Episode 9 is the last in the Skywalker saga, but that doesn't mean, you know, Rey Skywalker, Finn, Poe, they're all just going to stop existing and they all die, and the galaxy just blows up because it's Episode 9. You know, the galaxy, Star Wars, is still evolving after those events. We don't know what's happening yet, but hopefully we'll get news. But you know what I'm saying. So Ninjago Crystallized is the end of this, I guess, era. But you know, the world is still building. The canon is still evolving. Right? We've got the you know, Spinjitzu Brother books. We've got the Garmadon comic series. We're getting more Ninjago comics. So there's a lot of Ninjago stuff still coming out. That, you know, it doesn't just mean, oh, it's the end and Crystallized is it and that's it. We're done. You know, pack your bags and go home. There's still more to come from this franchise. What that is, though, I have no effing idea. So recently there's been a Lego thing online, right, with I think the Lego YouTube channel, or whatever. They have some kind of, I guess, like a web series thing, where, like, you make your own adventure type thing. It's literally like a comic book, and they have, like, you know, the comic blurb panels where, you know, characters talk. It just doesn't have any words. Like, you make your own words type thing. And that's not inherently a bad thing, but they're all, like, old geezers. And if you don't effing believe me, because they're old geezers. Wu is somehow still alive. Kalmar, who was, the last time I checked, swallowed by Wojira, freaking killed. He's old. You know, so clearly this is not canon. This is kind of confusing the community, because they're like, wait a minute, they're old now? And they're like 9,000 years old, and Kalmar's alive? What the fudge is going on? You know what? So, I'm 99.99.99.99.1% sure this is not canon, because it makes no freaking sense. It's just them saying, hey, here's an adventure, make your own story type thing. They're all old, they're all like watching movies and playing video games. It makes no sense to the, you know, actual story if you pay attention, because, you know, on the surface, Ninjago's like, oh man, it's a Lego show, but if you actually, like, you know, like, put your big boy pants on and, like, you know, put your bias away and actually watch the damn show, it is perfect in execution. It is not a little baby kid show. It is outstanding, the lore for this franchise. It's perfect. You know, I have a few negatives regarding, you know, Season 7 or Day of the Departed or whatever, but, you know, for the most part, I love this franchise, essentially all of it. And a lot of people are bitching online, of course, you know, because it's the cool thing to do. I'm not going to name any channel names, but you know who they are. You know, they're making Ninjago videos on Crystallized. They make one a day, and then it ends, and they're like, it sucked, or it was a disappointment, or this was horrible, or, you know, just worst season ever. It's just total garbage. Maybe they do think that. I highly doubt it, because then why the hell would you cover it so much if it's complete garbage? I thought it was great. I didn't think it was garbage. I thought it was a really good way to end the, you know, canon. Maybe Sally's song was a bit wonky. I would have preferred the overture, the, you know, that. But that's not how it goes. You know what I mean? I can do voices, but I'm not like a synthesizer. You know, it's kind of, I'm not like Finn from Adventure Time. But anyway, this is very much kind of a weird thing to even just be mentioning to you guys, because we don't know what the future is. You know, like I said, we know they're kind of pulling a Star Wars, where they're like, all right, you know, the Rise of Skywalker and Crystallized, right? We don't know what happens after those events, but we know what happens before those events. You know, we got the Garmadon comic, we got the Spinjitzu Brother books, you know, Star Wars, we got Bad Batch, we got a freaking Obi-Wan, we got Andor, we got, you know, Resistance, so many things, you know. So what I would like to see is, of course, coming in 2023, which is going to be Ninjago United, I believe. We don't know currently much about it. There's no trailer, no news, nothing like that. I'm assuming it's going to continue the story of Crystallized and what happens. There have been some Lego set leaks where we actually are seeing, you know, what looks like Jay and Mia's kid. It's like a girl with black hair, and her hair is like a big ball, and a dude who's like kind of got freckles, kind of like Jay. So I don't know if they're going to actually like balls up and be like, yeah, look, they're all married, and they're all making babies, and here's their babies. Or if it's just like some random new recruits, I don't know. But I am very much excited to see what happens for the future of this franchise. And I'm glad they're not ending it with Crystallized. You know, they did kind of market it a bit wonky, a bit weird, because they're like, oh, it's the end of Crystal, it's the end of Ninjago, the last season of Ninjago, and it's not. They effing lie to our faces. If they were to say, look, it's the end of an era, or say, you know, everything's got to be called a goddamn saga, so if they just said, hey, it's the end, you know, think of season 1 or the pilot all the way to Crystallized and all the shit in between. Think of that as the Spinjitzu saga. You know, if they did that, and they said that's the Spinjitzu saga, and what we're getting after that is still canon, but it's not, it's like a new saga, a new thing, that would have gone over 100 times better than just saying, oh, yeah, it's the last season, get fucked, and then it's like, oh, just kidding, we're back, more, you know? I don't know. They did it kind of weird. I think they could have, you know, obviously handled that differently. Hey, heck, they should have gotten me to do it. Like, literally just call it the Spinjitzu Saga like I just said 5 seconds ago. You're good. But they didn't, so what are you going to do? But to see the future of this, you know, epic franchise kind of, you know, I guess sprout and grow its wings and just kind of evolve is going to be good. Hopefully they don't make it bad, or the animation gets bad, or it becomes like a kid show, gets really kiddie and boring. I don't know. You know what I mean? We'll have to see what happens. But as of right now, we are getting more Ninjago content in 2023. As to what that exactly is, I couldn't necessarily nail it down. But I'm excited. You know, we've got stuff that's going to be taking place in the past. As I said, the Spinjitzu Brother books, where Wu and Garmadon are more like teens. And then we also have, you know, something in 2023 called United, which I'm not entirely sure what it is, but we'll find out soon. So tell me in the comments down below what you think about Ninjago. What's your favorite season? And are you looking forward to the franchise? You know, like I said, going forward, what do you think is going to happen? How are they going to do it? What do you want to happen? Do you want them to be like really old people and they're like all playing video games? Or do you want a good, like, story that, you know, builds on the ending of Crystallized with maybe like a new set of characters or a new set of ninja or, you know, whatever? I don't know what's going to happen. We'll have to see what ends up, you know, happening in the future. Maybe I'll be making a Ninjago story one day in like a few years. It's going to take a while, but I have something in the pipeline in my machinations of my brain, so we'll have to see what happens there. But as far as, you know, is regarding actual canon events, we're not entirely sure. But I'm excited. Again, I love this franchise, man. It's a great TV show. It's a great world, and I can't wait to see it evolve. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.